When we came to the University of Minnesota, we had one question.
What's my dorm gonna look like?
The U gives us some actual photos, but they're not that good. There's no measurements, the amenities are unclear, and most of all, it just doesn't really look like a lived-in college dorm.
Peak dorm.
So we asked around.
When you first came to the U, what is like one thing you wish you had?
That's a tough one. Definitely actually a dorm tour for sure.
I'd like to have a room tour for sure.
Man, I wish I had a room tour.
So we thought, why not make an actually useful dorm tour?
My name is Jackson Cercioglu, and I was the team's videographer. I brought the cameras, the mics, and all that sort of things. I helped kind of plan out what type of shots we wanted, how we wanted the video to go, and I also contributed in some of the interviews and some of the dorm tours.
So hi, my name is Riker Zerman. I was the lead communicator or project manager in this project, and basically I just communicated to the entire group when we were meeting, what we were going to do in that meeting, what to have prepared in that meeting, and stuff like that. Wanted to make sure the meetings went well and flowed well. All of that before we got to the meeting so that we could have a successful meeting and very little time consuming so everybody could get on their ways. What I really learned in this project is that everybody has a different schedule, and we all need to work around everybody's schedule, and we all have lots of time constraints. So working as a group we really needed somebody to make sure everybody could come to the meeting at the right time.
I'm Henry Smith, and I was the lead editor for this video. So a lot of the stuff that I had to do, specifically for my role, was on the back end. I was just kind of taking the clips that we got and putting them together to make sure that our final product, looks good and made sense. We had some other people that were more in charge of kind of the creative, like the idea of what our video was going to look like, but I just had the skill set of how to edit from some other classes that I've taken, so it just kind of fell on me in the end to put it together. There was a lot of things that we all did though throughout the process, and there was honestly a lot more pre-work than I anticipated. So when we started and decided that we were going to do a dorm tour, we obviously had to reach out to a lot of people to figure out if we could film in their dorms. Obviously not everyone wants their dorm to get filmed. It's a private place for some people. And also we wanted to preferably film dorms that were pretty clean, and just in general, most guy dorms are a little dirtier, so it was a little more stricter of a requirement for us to fulfill.
My name is Will Russell, and I was the ideator and drone videographer for Team IQ's Kindness Project. My main role was to help us create ideas and structure and adjust those ideas to do something more impactful within the guidelines of this project. We started off going into a room, and each of us shared 3 ideas for the project. We decided on showing dorm tours of the super black dorms, as there was very limited information online to what they look like after being lived in and what some ideas for customizing a room could look like. At first, the project idea of just showing the dorms was turned down.
When we were brainstorming, we just wanted to come up with the best possible idea that would help the most people. Obviously, we could have done a table, obviously we could have done mental health things, those are all super important. But when we were looking at our time as incoming freshmen, what did we want to know? We wanted to know what the dorms looked like and what we could kind of bring and all that type of stuff. Because I know when we were looking in July, when I looked and saw my dorm assignment in Frontier Hall, I immediately went onto the internet and looked up Frontier Hall dorm reveal. And I couldn't really find anything. There was a couple of pictures that you had posted, but it didn't really tell me if my closet was in, if I had AC, if I had enough room for a futon, if I could loft my beds, any of that stuff.
I think we did a pretty good job on helping other transitioning freshmen figure out what they were going to get, what they weren't going to get, and help them decide what would be their first, second, and third choice for their dorms.
Some of the best parts of our project, I think, were, in terms of the impact, were the way that we were able to reach the incoming freshmen that are going to be coming to the U next year. Obviously, decision day hasn't happened yet. People are still deciding where they're going to go, so we assume that our video is going to get more traffic, in the coming months. But we reached out to some of the University of Minnesota roommate search pages to get our video promoted. We also talked to people from our high schools that are going to be coming to the U next year, trying to spread the video around and get more engagement there. And they all gave us pretty positive things to say in terms of how helpful the video was for them and what they think they could use if we ever were to do a revamp. So yeah.